Hey everybody, Fishman here. Welcome to another video. Well, this has been quite the week. 8 days ago we had a short duration but very intense storm which knocked out power to an awful lot of people, including us, and I've been spending the week going around checking on all the aquariums, making sure everybody's fish are alright, and then of course as power gradually came back on, believe it or not all of it is back on yet, I've been going back and making sure the filters are running and the fish again are alright and getting everything set back up. So I haven't really had much time to work on the fish room. I did finish that though. That is a desktop organizer I've been working on, and I'll leave a couple links to it they're on the other channel. Please go over and have a look. I'd really appreciate that, and let me know what you think of that as well. So if you remember, I gave a little bit of a clip on this as I was getting it ready for, well, just to set up as a summer tub. And remember, one of the scenes was really quite windy, and that was the day before that storm hit. Well, it had a good water change when the storm was here. The water is still a little cool, of course, so what I'm going to do is put some live plants in here. I'm going to put some red Luigia, some Vallisneria, and also hornwort and Java fern, Java moss. Just a random mix of stuff just to get some life in here. Wait for the water to warm up a little bit. And then I'm going to decide what fish to put in here. Currently I'm leaning towards putting in the leopard danios that haven't spawned yet. They're quite ripe and ready for spawning. I am going to put some in an aquarium as well and do that on top of this, but I think initially they're going to be the fish that are going to go in here. I'm going to leave them in here for a few days and then pull out the adults, and we'll see what comes of this. As you can see, there's some mosquito larvae in here already. Hopefully the adult danios will eat all that and give them a nice little boost for wanting to spawn. And, well, we'll check this out as time progresses. I'm also going to put some Daphne and Cyclopses and other things in here as well. One of the other options for this, you saw the white cloud there. I think I have a pair of them in here from the last time I was keeping them, and they just managed to grow up in here. I could also put those in there if the water doesn't warm up enough. So this hole is created from me finally getting some of the plants out of here. They went in the outdoor pond, and still so much more needs to come out of this. There's just way too many plants in here. There's just not enough room for the guppies. And as you see, the first of the flowers on the lily has finally wilted, and the other one is in full bloom. So I really like this thing. This is a nice setup. And one of the things I don't really show you very often are the escapees. Down below, there are a fair number of guppies now. They're doing fine. I throw food down in here as well, and they also get whatever comes out of the pond, including probably more guppies. I'm going to leave them in there because there's an awful lot of space for them, and I just want to see how they end up growing up. So more plants need to come out of here, and one of the things I am hopefully going to get to next week is these guys need to move. I want to set this tank up to breed either the zebras or the leopards again. They're so big now. They're doing really, really well. But this tank needs to get cleaned out and reset for the next spawn, and I just need to get to that. This is doing really well. Not that it's a surprise or anything. As you see, it's nice and humid in there. The plants are all doing well. This is flowing properly, and you can see that what was once white is now filling up with dirt nicely, and I'm very happy to see that. So it's getting some nice mechanical filtration, and well, it's doing what it needs to do. So I'm very happy about that. The tank is nice and clear. Still getting a little bit of foaming at the top, which means it hasn't matured yet, so still a little bit of cycling going on. Haven't noticed any issues with the fish at all, so that's the only real important bit. And I've been keeping an eye also on the algae. I expect that it will die back quite a bit because almost all my other tanks are in that sort of state once the high humidity planters get going. This really does need to be dealt with. They're getting too big for this tank. They need space, so I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to divide them up. There's a clip of the Carbensis tank coming up soon. Some of those are going to be going out, so it's a possibility they'll end up in there. Very happy with this. If you saw the short, there is a single at the moment. Gardner I fry in here, and I checked on him. He's doing quite well, but it's very, very hard to find him when I'm looking for him, so it'll have to wait till he gets a little bit bigger. This is rapidly becoming one of my favorite don't really want to call it a strain, but they seem to be breeding almost true in here, which is interesting because they are just mud guppies. But I really do like the color patterns on them, and they're very happy with that whole setup. They're doing very well, and I don't really want to line breed anything, but I may keep a few of these just going in this tank here just to make sure that I do have something. But anyway, one of the things I don't like to get into, but may come to that. So this is where the zebra Danios are going to go. I keep looking for rice fish fry, because that's where a bunch of those eggs got dropped. I haven't seen anything yet, but there's an awful lot of space in here to hide. That is the downside of this sort of setup. But if they are in here, I'm sure they're finding plenty to eat, because I have been dropping in cyclopses and daphnia and vinegar eels. So we'll have to keep an eye out for them. They may show up, and the plants and everything here are doing fine. I'm going to show you one of the rare glimpses of the back end of this. Again, just to show you what it looks like. And if you remember, I had a singleton hydra in the tank to the left there. I did spot another one, but again, they're just individual ones. I will be putting in fish, so the fish will just eat them. It's not a big deal. It's just a danger to fry more than anything else. So this is doing very well. Not surprised, again, it's a good box filter, and so is this. I mean, they're both tried and tested and true, so I'm not concerned about that. I just want to get a long-term perspective on these two, because they're set up at the same time, except of course the plants that are in that high humidity planter, sorry. They should be interesting to see how they proceed. So if you look right at the top of the screen, just in the middle there, a little bit to the left, one hydra. I got that out of there. I'm keeping an eye on this. Again, this is where, if they hatch out, the rice fish fry will be. So I definitely want to keep an eye on those hydra. And every now and then I look around on the bottom of this tank and just keep an eye on the coolie loaches. They love the subwasser tank. They just go in like that and burrow around, and if you look to the, well, right in the middle now, so do the shrimp. They just dig right in there, and again, I'm perfectly happy with them doing that. This needs to be divided. It's getting too big for this tank, and the problem is, of course, as you know, there could be red crystal shrimp, shrimplets, I guess I should say, in here, and there could also be rice fish in here. So I'm hesitant, but there's way too many guppies. This needs to be divided up, and that's one of the things I need to do, is divide that. So this is the tank I was talking about for putting the Borley fry, well, not fry anymore, into, but I need to deal with a fair number of these crabenzas. I have clients for them to go to. Had intended on doing it a number of times, but of course, well, things just keep happening, like storms and stuff. But it needs to be done now. They're a lovely strain of fish. I mean, you can see the female is just gorgeous. She's going to come out here in a second, and she's going to pick a fight with two other females just because it's her territory. I'm expecting they have eggs in there, but it's hard to say until you actually start seeing them move around. And I certainly don't want to go poking in there. So there she is. You're going to do a little display, and we're going to pan over to two other really nice females. So beautiful fish, but I need space, so I'm not sure what's going to happen. I'll try and figure it all out. Haven't shown you these guys in a few weeks, so I thought I would. Everyone's fine. There's no issues with it at all. Again, I need to divide up all the plants. I think what's going to come down to is I am going to just throw a bunch of them out. It's just getting to the point now where it's ridiculous. I do need to give them space so that they can set up territories to spawn. So it just needs to be done. So that's pretty much the end. I'm going to show you one project here at the end. This needs to be taken apart. I'm really disliking this. It needs to be redone. So I'm going to get around to that as well. So thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you think of all the projects, and I will see you in the next video, and bye for now.